Hey there, it's me. Today, I will be sharing with you 5 powerful lessons I learned from reading the book Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. Lesson 1: Morrie's Take on Death. Death is probably one of the most, if not the most, feared and uncomfortable topic to talk about. So we don't. Although we know that death is a natural thing and that it will eventually happen to all of us, we still don't fully embrace the reality of death because it brings about negative emotions. Plus, we're not really a fan of endings. Mori, on the other hand, thinks that death is something we should fully embrace. Because when we continue to fear death, we also continue to take life for granted. The moment we fully acknowledge our mortality and the unpredictability of death, we become motivated to live our lives to the fullest. We strive to find meaning and purpose in our lives, work on things that truly matter, and give value to the relationships we have with the people we love. Lesson 2: Mori's take on fear of aging. Do you get offended when you're asked about your age? Do you openly reveal your age to people? Why not? Our society makes it seem as though aging is undesirable, as if it's something to be ashamed of. And worse, we believe them. But here's 2 reasons why you should rethink your perception about aging. Reason 1: aging is more than just old age. Aging also means growth. Your years of existence come with it experiences and learnings that young people don't have, or at least not yet. You've grown because you've aged. We associate being young as beautiful, vibrant, and carefree. But being young also means ignorance. They may have more years ahead of them, but that's because they have a lot of growing to catch up on. You've been there. You've grown. So why get jealous? Reason 2: fear of aging can be a sign of unfulfilled life. When you feel dissatisfied with your life, you may feel like time passes too fast and you begin to feel like you've been left behind. But when you've lived fully, age starts to feel insignificant. You look forward to the future because growing further excites you. When you're satisfied with your life, you don't want to go back. You want to move forward. Lesson 3: Mori's take on money. Mori believed that the reason people get obsessed with money and material possessions is because they use money and things to compensate for the lack of love and meaning in their lives. They crave love so much they think money will fill in the void. Most of us put value on social status, economic status, or power, but none of it really mattered because not one of these things will make us feel loved or happy, at least not for the long term. When we place our values in the wrong place, our lives will be filled with more things with no meaning. Lesson 4: Mori's take on emotions. Emotions are meant to be experienced, not feared. It's normal to have feelings. In fact, it's part of being human. The problem most of us have with emotions is that we don't let ourselves to fully feel it. We don't like to feel sad or lonely because who does? We don't even allow ourselves to fall deep in love because we believe that by doing so, we protect ourselves from the possibility of getting hurt. So, we hold our emotions back. Suppressing our emotions, though, is not the same as getting rid of it. It only delays its effect, but one way or another, these suppressed emotions will manifest itself, sometimes in a more destructive way. Mori advised that we need to learn how to detach ourselves from our emotions so that we can let it go. And unlike suppression, detachment makes you fully feel the emotions all the way through so that you can recognize it. And when you recognize the feeling of sadness or anger, you create a space between you and that emotion, detaching yourself from it. Then, and only then, you can allow yourself to let it go. Lesson 5. Morrie's take on love. We want to be remembered by our loved ones when we die. But how do we get people to still remember us after we pass away? When we have intimate and meaningful relationships with others, our memory will stay with them even when we're not around. Because death only ends life, not relationships. Morrie encourages us to devote as much time as we can on making connections with people because, in the end, people and the kind of relationships we have with them is all that really matters. So there you have it. The 5 powerful life lessons from Morrie from the book Tuesdays with Morrie, written by Mitch Albom. Don't forget to subscribe for more book insights and takeaways.